OCD has taken over my life, and I don't know how to stop it.
My OCD is so bad that minutes after getting a manicure, I ruin it because it's not 100% absolutely perfect.
I feel like my OCD controls me.
Every time someone hugs me, I want to shower. Every time someone touches me, I have to hold myself from hurting them. I can't focus.
My OCD is pretty bad. I scratched my head so hard I started bleeding because my head's dry. Don't even notice I'm doing it sometimes.
My hands are bleeding from compulsive hand washing. Still think OCD is something you want to claim to have for being neat?
I have dermatillomania. It's an OCD where I can't stop picking my skin. I'm so ashamed I haven't been out of the house in 3 days.
I have OCD, and sometimes it's a struggle just leaving my apartment.
I have intrusive thoughts, a form of good old OCD. Every day is a struggle, but I come out on top.
OCD makes it really hard to play with my son.
It pisses me off when people say they have OCD or ADHD when they really don't. It's not a cute little quirk you can just think you have. It's an actual disorder, and it's an insult to people who actually have it.
In the morning when I wake up, I have to blink my eyes 3 times before getting out of bed. Always with the right leg. Every door has to be open and closed 3 times before and after going through.
I feel that I have to wash my hands a lot. Especially when I go outside and I come back in, I think I have to wash my hands nearly straight away. And I also have like a feeling of the dirt on my hands, even though if I haven't touched anything, that I need to wash them to get rid of the feeling.
I shower twice, in case the first time I forgot to wash some parts of my body. I then check my throat in the mirror for exactly 15 minutes to make sure I don't have cancer.
Living with OCD has been agony for me. Things that trigger my OCD behaviors are spit, marks on the ground, garbage cans, people's shoes, hotel rooms, puke. I'm really scared of vomit. Having OCD is very expensive. I wash my hands a lot. I use a lot of soap. On a good day, I'll wash my hands 30 times. On a bad day, I'll wash my hands maybe 200. I wash them so much that they start to bleed. The pain is almost soothing for me. I went through a checking phase that lasted probably about 5 years. I'll go check the stove and I do it the same way. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When I was pregnant, I got really bad. I was so scared of everything when my son was first born. I would wash his baby bottles hundreds of times a day. My boyfriend, Patrick, tries to be as accommodating as he can. Pat and I were going to break up at one point because my OCD was too overwhelming. My greatest fear is that I'll lose my family. OCD has taken over my life.
I remember when it was first happening, I didn't want to be around anybody, but at the same time, because I thought I was going to hurt somebody, but I also didn't want to be alone because I thought I was going to hurt myself. So it's not only hurting other people, it's self-harm, it's all kinds of things. I remember I was really worried that I was going to hurt an animal, like that I was going to purposely like choke one of my dogs or something, and that was terrifying. So I didn't want to be around anybody. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to. I wished I didn't exist, honestly. Wish you had never been born.
What if I developed some sort of a sleep disorder where I hurt people or do things in my sleep and then don't remember them in the morning? I can't tolerate sex because of my fear of bodily fluids and my fear of contaminating him. We can't even hold hands at this point. Whenever I have intrusive thoughts about sex or say the word, I have to tap my knee 4 times to cancel it or neutralize those thoughts.
When we had the conversation about divorcing, she basically told me, if you leave me, you're letting me die. When you say for better or for worse, you don't usually think about the worst. I can't really see myself with another woman, but I also can't see myself not being intimate for the rest of my life.
Laura was determined to travel to Los Angeles to meet me and get help, not only for herself, but for her family. She made it here, but in order for us to interview Laura, she had a list of requirements. Take a look.
In order to be able to talk to you guys today, I had to make several requests. I asked to make sure everyone took off their watches and that there were no clocks in the room. I had to have pen and paper beside me, so if I needed to write number 4 or 18, that I could. I requested a white mug because I only drink from white mugs, and I requested the water in glass bottles as well. If I don't have these things, I can't function. I have a huge fear of people laughing at me, thinking I'm crazy. I'm pretty self-conscious about my disorder.
Well, Laura got what she needed, and we sat down to do the interview, but it seemed like her OCD did most of the talking.
I struggled with these issues for a long time before I was officially diagnosed. I just sprayed my hands because I've been touching things around here, and I get worried about picking up the germs. My life before OCD was a lot different. I was very successful. I was pretty social, confident, good self-esteem, funny, laid back. But since the OCD, that's kind of all gone away.